Next up, in Chapter 5 of Mastering Meditation, we'll be referencing the peak of the practice, right? That being Samadhi. And now forgive me, my meditation lingo ain't totally up to par here, but I think that's essentially the same thing as like pure consciousness or non-dual awareness, right? And how while these four proofs aren't quite Samadhi, they're not that far off from it, and they're kind of like one step below it. And actually, on second thought, maybe Samadhi isn't like the peak of the mountain, right? That would be probably enlightenment when you're in this non-dual state like 24/7. However, for us mere mortals, if we were able to reach Samadhi, in our meditation practice, even if it's only momentarily, that'd be like a big freaking deal. But he also points out here how, these four proofs are a pretty big deal in and of themselves. And so he writes, well, in the ashram using biofeedback, I was going deep into the parasympathetic response every single time I sat to meditate. I was in awe. What a miracle. I couldn't believe that this dream of meditation to which I had dedicated my entire life was somehow coming true. Wonder of wonders, I had found my way. However, this was only the beginning. Clarity was coming, but absorption and samadhi remained elusive. I was still working to discover their secrets when a profound peace entered into my process. I recognize that these new states and their respective proofs are in themselves blissful. And it really truly is. Like when you get this whole skin tingling thing going over your whole body and your body's kind of just buzzing off of it, it's a pretty trippy state to be in, and it is very pleasant. I asked myself, what if this is as far as I ever get? And I realized I was okay with that. I knew that even though I was going to keep searching, I had reached a level of contentment within myself. I had experienced real peace and found a repeatable haven of bliss in the body through the parasympathetic. I had uncovered a level of living free from the stress that most mortals never encounter. If this was as far as I would ever go, it would be enough. And so I thought that was just a kind of cool part there. I also like how simply he kind of breaks it all down. Because, if you really are trying to go with this approach and, you're searching for these four proofs, if you can find it, that's basically the proof that, that you're actually there and the meditation is working. Next up, and I think we'll probably wrap it up with this part here, he talks about brain waves. And he points out how, for most humans, we're chilling around in the beta brainwave, area most of the time. However, through this practice, you begin slowing down and bring online the subconscious brainwaves of alpha, theta, and delta. And so, of course, this being a lucid dreaming channel, I know a lot about that stuff, as well as I like digging into, brainwaves and hemisync stuff like that. And so something that this made me want to do, although I just did this not too long ago, where on one of my recent-ish videos, this person was asking how come the loom light over here doesn't shoot out specifically theta, light waves, right? And then the person who made this responded back and he talked about how it does, going off memory, I think it does like alpha and delta, and they like cross over theta, so it kind of has, kind of covers theta anyway. But the person was pointing out how we heard that theta was like the one to go with, and I've heard that too as well. I know the gateway tapes use a lot of theta on their own. So I did a meditation session with my Enkidu light machine that was in the theta frequency, and I did a meditation with it, just trying to see if it was that much different than, some of the other meditation sessions on there that are in different brainwaves. And I couldn't really tell much of a difference with it compared to just, any other meditation track that I would listen to. But I haven't done it specifically using this HRV resonant breathing technique. Although honestly, that is kind of like one of my base meditation approaches, so it wasn't that far off. But what I was thinking I wanted to do is I'll try specifically using this HRV resonant breathing technique while searching for the four proofs and sitting under the light. So I'll be both brainwaves and light waves in theta, and then see if I can reach samadhi off of that, which would be dope. So yeah, look forward to that video here at some point coming up. But I think for now, we'll leave it there because chapter 5 is long. So we'll have at least a couple more videos coming off of this chapter. And until the next one, keep your meditation practice legit.